Yeah.
All right, we are live now on record, and I just wanted to keep our conversation going. So Heather is a client of mine, and she is in our 6-month parenting program, and she's renewed it. So she's actually in the second part, right?
Yep. Yep.
And I am just gonna briefly introduce myself. So I'm Megan Petron, founder of Holistic Parenting Solutions, and we have a parenting program that Heather's joined in, and we were just talking. It was going so great. Like, we were just full of laughter and smiles and things that she's been progressing on, but it wasn't like that in the beginning. And Heather, I know, really wants to share to inspire other parents of like where they can be. And what did you say? Like, give them hope?
Yes. Give them hope and inspiration. Yes. There is
Yeah.
hope.
Yes. We wanted to do this recording because we really wanted to share how and give parents hope that wherever you are now, things can get better. So Heather, I'd love to ask you a few questions. And so first of all, how old are your kids?
My kids are 8 and 12, and their names are Pamela and Rachel.
Yeah, and tell me a little bit about like why did you join the program and what was going on for you guys in the beginning?
Okay, so as a mom of two beautiful daughters, I myself was struggling as a parent with discipline, behaviors, even finances, just every parenting stuff you can think of, and even nutrition, health, just normal parenting stuff. And I came across Megan's um, holistic page one day on Facebook. So I did take the free workshop for those 5 days, and I learned so much from the workshop. So I um, gave a shout out to Megan. I said, "Hey, Megan, I'm a struggling mom, and I need help. So please help me." So then she gave me all the information I needed, and so
And
we
the
talked about the
like
circle of life and everything else, and I knew that I just needed the help.
were
So
there specific problems? So our programs are typically helping parents who have kids with ADHD or behavior issues, any type
yeah,
of behavior issues. And I know your kids don't have ADHD, do
no,
they?
no,
Which is, so we don't, it's not just for kids with
no,
ADHD. We specialize in kids with ADHD, but also just any type of behavior
yep,
issues and
yep.
improving those holistically. What kind of things were you seeing with your kids in the
So, okay,
beginning?
so with in the beginning, my 12-year-old had really bad digestive system, issues like chronic constipation. She's had for many years, and just poor nutrition, and just overall, just
What kind of
losing.
behaviors were you seeing?
Um, she was just just regular behaviors like not listening, talking back. Same with my other daughter Rachel too. Just really hyper and not listening, and just behaviors as well with her. Um, so
Do they
with
have any diagnosis that you would want to share?
yes, I would love to.
Or?
So my 12-year-old daughter Pamela has mild autism spectrum disorder, and it causes her to have like mood swings. She's very shy, very quiet. She lacks in social skills. Um, and she does have a little bit of anxiety as well. And then Rachel has a little bit of learning disability. She takes special ed classes at her school. But overall, she's a very happy kid, happy go lucky. Um, always puts a smile on your face. And she does suffer from PSTD. Something happened to her that caused it. So I'm very blessed to have Megan with me and my family. Um, I don't know what I would do without Megan's help. She is, she's amazing, you guys.
Don't make me cry now.
um, it just I've been seeing really good results in my family. Like it's a total where I was 6 months ago to now. It's like, oh my god, where was Megan all my life? When I became a mom, where was this program? But oh my god, you guys, it's amazing. And don't give up. If you're struggling, just please get a hold of Megan. She knows what she's doing. She's amazing. I mean, and
You
you really
are amazing because
yeah,
you did the work and you chose to do something about what was going on because it was affecting your life.
it was. I was
How
going
was
in
it affecting your life? Were you
I was
pretty stressed?
I was very stressed out. I was overwhelmed. I didn't know where to turn
Remember that.
to. I was like, where do I turn to for help? I mean, this holistic approach to parenting is amazing. I mean, it's like you don't need to struggle by yourself. There is help, there is hope, and don't give up. I mean, it's not going to change overnight, but with the goals that you put together in the program with Megan, you just work on one goal at a time or as many goals as you want. And it seems like every session with Megan, you think about all the progress you've done. You go back and be like, wow, look how far I've made it in these couple of months, So,
Yeah, let's talk about more of that too. I love that you're bringing that up, Heather. You're inspiring so many parents, and tell me a little bit about the progress. So I was just so proud of you when you were talking today about some of the things you never expected. Like your daughter started listening to you and you didn't expect it.
No, not right away. So this program really does work. I mean,
what was happening with your daughter, your 12-year-old? She's now 13 and she was 12 when we started. What was, I remember you were talking about this like connection you were having with her, which was so important that you were building the connection, because before, just talk a little bit about how before you were yelling, and so many parents do that. You're not alone. And I used to do that all the time, the yelling.
Yeah. What I've learned about as a parent is when I used to yell at my kids, it would just make the problem 10 times worse. Their behaviors 10 times worse. And this is more stress on a parent than what you need. So what I've learned about is through Megan's program is she taught me the right ways of talking with your kids. And it really does, like instead of yelling at them, I've learned to do it in a calm voice. I've learned to take space. I mean, there's positive reinforcement you can do. There's positive ways to go about to discipline your kids. You don't want to be yelling and screaming, and then they're screaming at you back. And that's not a good way to solve a problem. And if you want results with your children's bad behavior, you gotta find what's causing their root. What's the problem? Why are they behaving that way? And once you find the root cause, and then you can talk with Megan, and then Megan's like, okay, well, I think it's the nutrition. Maybe it's a lack of sleep. Maybe you gotta do your discipline a little bit better. Don't yell, maybe talk in a calm voice, And she gives you all these resources for discipline, and which I never knew before as a parent. The only discipline I know how to do is just yell and tell them no, no, no. Well, it didn't work, so yeah. And my my weak area as a parent is discipline. So,
And
yeah.
So what you're talking about too was finding the root cause. That's a huge base of the program. And we do a tool. We have that tool, the Circle of Life tool that we did and your kids did to find out what areas are imbalanced in their life. And then we targeted specific customized things for you. And something you were saying to me so much, and just now, is about the building that, what you lowered your, like, one tool, I should say one tool of many tools you're using, which no one can force you to do. I can tell you all the things, but you chose to do these tools that work for you. And you wanted to, you made sure to connect with your daughters rather than screaming at your daughters, because connection builds. Do you remember what we say? Connection equals cooperation.
Yep.
Yeah. And your kids are cooperating with you now.
Now
more.
they are. Yes.
Whereas before it was like this power struggle, you feel like?
Yes.
And
like back and forth struggle. Yes. All the time. Yep.
So, like, tell me an instance. You were talking about how your daughter, you hadn't connected with your daughter in years the way that you just did.
Yes.
Just talk a little bit about that. I love it. It gave me goosebumps.
Yes. Okay. So, with my 12-year-old, she's at that age where she likes to talk back, and teenage years, I guess. And for the first time, when I used the tools for the discipliner, we actually felt like a one-on-one bond, and I haven't felt that way with my daughter in years, because when she was little, I would always yell at her, take away her toys, but there was always stress. And now that she's a teenager and everything, how I got to that one-on-one level with my daughter is just talking to her on, eye levels in a calm voice. I gave her space because, you can't talk to a kid when they're upset. And you can't talk when you're upset. So we gave each other space. And I let her come to me, which she did. And next thing I know, we're coloring, we're drawing pictures, we're talking about life. I mean, that one-on-one connection we had. And let me tell you, that was an amazing thing to have as a mother too. Have your daughter know that you love her and you have that unconditional bond with them, and you don't have to yell. You don't have to have the authority voice to tell them no or whatever. You just need that personal connection to let them know, hey, I want you to listen to your parents, but also you want to help them feel loved and appreciated, and just get that connection with your kids,
Yeah, I really admire that you are doing the work, Heather. And we talked, so just to recap, that connection builds cooperation, and that's one of the tools that you were using, is to connect. And you were doing that in different ways. Like, we have this, like, some of the tools we just wrote down. Would you be able to read some of those, like some of the tools that have been working for you? Maybe we can share those.
Yeah, I can share. Okay, so what's been helping me with my children is I've been being more consistent with my rules and everything. I've been taking space from them. I've been taking space. Space is very important, because if you're angry and your child's angry, well, there's gonna be no solution to your problem, And then thirdly is just talk to them. If say your child needs to pick up a toy off the floor, it's just saying, Johnny, you need to pick up your toy right now. Well, that's not going to work. Instead, You need to go take space, and then you come back. You calmly say, Johnny, I would like for you to pick up your toy off the floor. So, and then put it in the toy box so that, because you're a big boy now. And we need to pick up toys after we're done. And just doing a loving, calming voice.
I like how you're giving a why too. You're explaining it to them and helping connect in that way.
And then your child will look up to you and be like, oh, okay, well, my mom wants me to pick up my toy. There'll be no talking back, no tantrums. And then that way, when he does pick up the toy, he's going to listen. And then you guys have that personal connection. And then the next thing you know, that he'll come to you and you'll have that personal bond, just by, from that situation. So, it does work. And then the last thing you want to do as a parent is believe in yourself. You don't want to give up, Yes, it might not work the first few times. It didn't with me, but I had to believe that, okay, well, I can do this. So I just kept believing in myself. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. And I finally did. And look at all the accomplishments I've done with Megan. And I can't believe how proud I am of myself today. I couldn't do it without Megan. I've been putting in a lot of work,
Yes, you have. You've been doing
program and to better me and my family and my kids. But yeah, there is hope out there, you guys. There's hope. You got this.
So when you are saying that too, when you're like making these goals and you're doing these goals, and that's all fine, but what if people do that and then they don't believe in themselves? You made this huge point because you believe in yourself. But you didn't at first.
No, I didn't.
You came in, you did.
No,
it was like, I don't know if I can do this.
No.
But that's why support is so important.
Yes.
I think, do you feel like the program helped you to be held accountable for the things that we were doing?
Yes. That's why I'm seeing results. Yes.
Accountability really makes a difference. And having someone believe in you every single session. And I'm really glad to hear that it's helped you so much. Like, it melts my heart so much. So, I just want to think about, I know there's a lot of parents out there right now that are feeling like they don't know how to reach out for support. And I mean, do you feel like having parenting support is important, and like, why is it important?
Yes, it's very important because you're not alone out there. There is help. Don't be afraid to ask for help and don't feel embarrassed. Every parent has their own struggles.
Yeah. And you don't have to do parenting alone.
No.
I'm just so glad that you have been able to do this. We need more parents. We need more moms like you who are willing to do the work, get the support, even though it's hard. And we talked about the self-care, like you have to take care of you. You started taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
What did you do to take care of you so that you could help your kids? What did we work on?
So I worked on my mental health and my physical health and my overall well-being, and just looking after myself. It's if I can take care of myself physically and mentally, emotionally, then I could do the same for my kids, because if you are in a good place mentally and everything, your kids are going to see that and they're going to look up to you,
Yeah. Yes. And what kinds of things did we kind of started with, like, you want to touch on maybe the nutrition aspect, because So like their skills we've done, and then we've also combined it with nutrition based on what you needed.
Yep.
And I think a lot of programs out there, honestly, they kind of do like one, like it's all nutrition, or that's all just like skill level. But we try to combine it. And I'm just curious how you feel like combining it was really helpful, where it's both parenting skills and nutrition together.
I found it really helpful because nutrition and parenting does go hand in hand. Because with the nutrition, you want to, you want to know the right foods to eat, and for you, your family, and your kids. So that way you can, thrive in life and be a better you. And with the parenting skills, same with that. You want to learn just goals and strategies to better your family and your kids. And yeah, I think having both it's great to have both, because you get that.
What did you find? I remember when we started working on nutrition, adding in certain things in your diet, changing your diet around, adding in supplements, doing what you needed. Like you said to me one day, I finally have confidence in myself.
Yep.
Like you were beaming. Like you came back like, this is working. And like you're going, oh, wait a second. I'm working on me, which means that if it's helping me, it must help my daughters. So I got to do what I'm doing for my daughters too, and I got to help them, because you can't help them without helping you first, which is a huge piece of the program also. And so how did you, when you came to me the couple times going, like this actually, I feel so different. You tell me more about, do you remember that day?
Yeah. So,
What did you feel like?
it felt great. I know that I struggle with my mental health and everything, and with the program, I found Amari products. They're all holistic supplements, and the one thing that's been helping me a lot are the fundamental packs. Pretty simple. You just do it once a day in the morning. Take it with juice, or and it's all holistic, and it's good for your gut and your brain and your heart. And
so we had to work on your insides, your microbiome,
yes,
your gut, because
yes,
the gut affects your brain. And do you feel like once we started doing that, like did it help your mood? What was it helping?
Yes, it helps my energy level, my gut, yes. It was a big difference. Yeah, it was a big difference.
Awesome.
Food and everything.
So a combination of things that we did to customize it for you. And but I have to say, like, you get the credit for doing the work, because nobody can do the work for you. And like I'm just so proud of you. And so I'm just gonna say, since we're running out of time, I just want to ask, is there anything else that you just want to share that you really loved about the program? Anything, last words you want to share?
Yes, I do. Like I said before, don't give up. There's hope. Just try the program. I mean, I renewed another program with Megan. I mean, it's amazing. So
Awesome. Heather, thank you so much for sharing all of this with your open heart, doing the work, being a client, sharing your kids with me. I'm blessed. This is why I do what I do. That's what we were talking about earlier. It's like, this is why I do what I do.
yeah. Thank you, Megan, for everything.
All right. Thanks, Heather.